Hey, friends all over the world. Just woke up not too long ago. Sorry, I look really scruffy. But I'm going to tell you this quickly. Share this with everybody you know. You must do this immediately. You must do this immediately. Your life depends on it. You must do this immediately, friends. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Your life depends on it. Your life depends on it, friends. I need you to do this immediately. Like your life depends on it. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Listen to me very carefully. Listen very, very carefully. Do this like your life depends on it. Your life depends on this. See, whether you recognize it or not, everything's changing. Everything's changing. Things aren't the same as they used to be. Think about where the world is today. Think about all this going on in the world. Think about all the challenges that we're having. This change, this thing is so critical. If you don't do this, if you don't make this adjustment, if you don't make this change immediately. See, because the world is not the same. It's not the same anymore. Things aren't the same anymore. Things are changing. You have to do this, and you have to do it immediately. You have to do this immediately. It will affect every area of your life. It will affect every area of your life. It will affect millions of people. What I'm talking about is affecting millions and millions and millions of people. I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me. I got to tell you this. Do this immediately. Here it is. You ready? Here it is. You got to hear this. Listen. Based upon the times that we're living in, if you don't learn how to live in the supernatural, it's not going to work for you. If you don't learn how to walk in the supernatural, you will not be able to weather the days ahead. If you don't learn how to walk in the supernatural power of God, you will not be able to endure. Let me tell you something. The future belongs to those who are walking in God's power. The future belongs to those who are walking in the supernatural. Listen, you gotta get in the flow. Your church has to walk in the supernatural. Preachers, you gotta preach and demonstrate supernaturally. Church folks, you gotta learn how to pray and hear the voice of God for yourself. Gone are the days of powerless Christianity. Gone are the days where you're just attending church. Gone are the days where you're living on barely get along street. Gone are the days where you're begging God to bless you. You got to immediately, that has to stop. You got to get on God's system of doing things. You got to do it immediately. Jesus said this in John chapter 10, verse 10. He says, I came that you might have life and that you would have it more abundantly. That's the Greek word zoe. See, that zoe kind of life. That's the life filled to the full and overflowing. That's the God kind of life. That's the supernatural life. Your supernatural life depends upon this. See, they told you, man, no, see, miracles aren't for today, and God don't heal today, God don't heal everybody. Man, that's a lie. You better make this change immediately. I'm telling you, the church will only be able to function as a supernatural church. The church will only function as a supernatural church. You got to make this change immediately. You got to make this change immediately. And this is why, friends, listen to me carefully. This is why I have been commissioned, and I have been called, and I have been prepared, and I have been anointed to equip the body of Christ to walk in the supernatural. That is my mandate in this season. That is my mandate in this season. And to that end, God has given me resources, tools for you to be able to make that transition. To make the transition into walking, not just talking, but to walking in the supernatural. Last year, the Lord told me to write this book called Releasing Miracles, How to Walk in the Supernatural Power of God. And the reason I wrote it, see, it's not a book. People say, well, see, there you go talking about a book again. It's not a book. It's a tool. It's a resource. It needs to get in the hand of pastors. It needs to get in the hand of business leaders. It needs to get in the hand of every single Christian in the United States and across the globe. Because where we're going and what's coming in the days ahead requires a church that knows how to flow in the presence and power of God. It requires a church that understands the spiritual dynamics of the spiritual realm, the idiosyncrasies of walking in the spirit. So you're going to have to pray. You're going to have to be able to cast demons out of people. Yeah, you will. You're going to have to be able to lay hands on the sick and they recover. Because when folks can't afford cancer drugs, when they can't afford chemotherapy, when they can't afford physical therapy, can they go to your house? Can they go to your church? Can they go to your business and have an encounter with a living God? Not just a living God, the living God. This has to happen immediately. Get this in your hand. Equip yourself. Preachers, humble yourself. I'm telling you, you need this. You need this. This is the adjustment and this is the shift that you are going to have to make in this hour to prepare for what I believe to be the next great move of God. It is upon us now. It is upon us now. But you must equip yourself. You must equip yourself. You must prepare yourself. You must, watch this, strengthen yourself for the days ahead. I want you to do this immediately. I want you to do this right now. This is the instruction I'm giving you today. With every prophetic shift comes a prophetic instruction. And I'm telling you, this resource will change your life. You can get it anywhere books are sold. And I'm not selling a book. I'm not selling a book. My goal is to equip. And this is going to get in the hands of millions. If you're a preacher, you need to get resources like this and then share them with your church people. Buy them. See, what happens with preachers, is that we're so afraid sometimes to equip our people. We're so afraid because we want to be the main ones talking to them. No, sometimes you got to bring resources from outside for your people. You got to bring the resources from outside for your people. and get it to them. Do Bible studies, do teachings on it. You can teach out of this book. I made it just for you, pastors, leaders, preachers, lay people. Anybody can read it. It's a simple read. It's out today. Go and get it now. Anywhere books are sold, Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes and Nobles, wherever books are sold, christianbook.com. Go and watch my interview with Sid Roth is Supernatural. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Things are changing. Do this right now. Do it right now. Do it right now. Your life depends on your ability to shift. To shift into the things of God. God bless you. Share this with everybody you know. And remember, Jesus is Lord.